Welcome to the Surrey Experience.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Surrey Experience, episode 55. What's going on? Hey, is it cool with you guys if I just do this on audio? The video shit's too hectic right now, man. My whole video setup's at the other house, and it's just a whole process. I'd have to shower again because I just took a nap, and taking a shower would just be redundant at this point. I didn't even plan on taking a nap, but I can't watch TV without falling asleep anymore because I'm so fucking old. Doesn't matter what time of the day it is. I was watching that new documentary on Netflix about the Bikram Yoga guy and how he was allegedly raping some of his students. If you haven't seen it, you gotta check it out, man. It's fucking amazing documentary. I won't ruin it for you, but basically the Bikram Yoga guy, he took his yoga master's teachings from India and then he brought them to America and he made a gazillion dollars off of it. Dude, he was teaching yoga to Richard Nixon, Elvis Presley, the who's who of white America. He was their personal yogi. Then he franchised his yoga methods and made Bikram yogas all over North America, and he started making millions of dollars. And it was around that time that he stopped taking no for an answer. Dude, I hate to say I told you so, but I've been saying this shit for years, man. It's on record. You should never, ever, ever trust a man who does yoga. Ever. Ladies, listen to me. If you ever see a guy doing yoga, run for the fucking hills, man. No man who's a real man likes stretching that much. What kind of a man enjoys doing the splits, you know? There's an alternative motive there, all right? That's all I'm saying. Dude, the fucking Bikram yoga guy was a total sociopath. I feel bad for all the women he abused. I honestly do. But at the same time, it's come on, man. How do you not know that guy's a rapist? Just fucking look at the guy. He was always rocking these short black Speedos. Half his ball bag was always hanging out. Dude, the fucking guy was balding, but he still had a ponytail. I mean, how many signs do you need? Even Stevie Wonder could see that that guy was a rapist. You ever hear that saying, if it looks like a duck, it walks like a duck, then it's probably a duck? Well, if the guy does yoga and he wears a Speedo and he has a got, then he's probably a fucking rapist. Sometimes you gotta judge a book by its cover. He was allegedly raping bitches at his house with his wife and kids upstairs. The guy was fucking ruthless, man. And his wife was old school Indian. She was the definition of ride or die. Bikram Yoga would be downstairs forcing himself onto one of their students, and she'd be upstairs reading their kids a bedtime story. It's such a stark contrast between generations. The Indian wives from the past generation compared to this generation. Those Indian women from the last generation would never ever leave you, man. You could be a rapist, an alcoholic, a wife beater. Dude, you could be gay and they still wouldn't leave you. Whatever the case, they wrote it out till the end. The Indian women nowadays, fuck, man. They don't play. It was a great documentary, though. If you can't find anything to watch, you should check it out. I fell asleep towards the end of it, but I'm pretty sure they deported his ass. Those fucking immigrants that just got deported. You guys hear about that shit? There was a video that went around online of these fucking morons fighting and smashing each other's cars. Right? You guys see that shit? That video went around and apparently someone who works for immigration services saw it. And now all these dipshits are getting deported. How fucking dumb do you have to be? Honestly. This isn't India, man. If you really need to kick the shit out of someone, I don't know, how about not making a video of it and putting it on the fucking internet? Especially if you don't even have your green card yet. I mean, that would seem like it's common knowledge. Dude, I'm born in Canada. I have no priors, no criminal record. My fucking fingerprints ain't even on the database. And even I wouldn't do some shit like that. Why in the fuck would someone who's not even a permanent resident do it? You know? These guys are fucked, man. I thought we were fucked. And I'm not trying to shit on them, but to all my immigrant brothers out there, just put yourself in our shoes, you know? Imagine we came to your village in India and we started slapping around goats. Dude, imagine I went to your village and I started smacking your cow in the face. Like the cow that feeds the entire family milk. Imagine I just started booting it in the stomach. Just for the fuck of it. And then I recorded it and put it on the internet. Like, how would you feel? You know? I don't know if that analogy makes sense, but I've had it up to here with these guys, man. And I used to be a student visa sympathizer, but I'm done. This is like my breaking point. There's like a civil war going on in Surrey right now. And on one side, it's like the brown guys that were born here. And on the other side, it's all these ungrateful international student jerk-offs. And I always give them the benefit of the doubt, man. Like whenever they fuck up my order or when they destroyed my neighbor's basement, I let all that shit slide. But this latest video and now them getting deported, this is the last straw, man. These guys are fucking out of control. It broke my heart watching that video because my whole entire life, I've been like trying to make us look good. And these ungrateful bastards totally just like torpedoed my life's work in just a couple of years. I don't like tip waitresses 20% because I like pissing money. I tip that fat to like make us look good, you know? I let people merge in front of me on the highway just in case that person ever like sells their house. They'll like list it with a brown realtor. When I enter a building, I'll like hold the door open even if the person's like 10 feet away. Just for the greater good. I try to be like this perfect gentleman when I'm in public. But all that hard work's like gone right down the shitter ever since the Punjabi student invasion of these last few years. And the general public, like, they can't distinguish between a brown guy that was born here or a brown guy that came from India. So not only are they like getting themselves deported, but they're like fucking it up for the rest of us. Like the born here guys, the only fucked up thing we do is sell drugs. And that ain't even that fucked up if you think about it. At least it shows like some sort of ambition. Every commie-hating Canadian can appreciate that. So, yeah, to all the brown guys that are new to Canada, please just think of the greater good, man. Before you scratch your balls in public, think about the impact it's going to have on the rest of us. All right? These motherfuckers are already looking for a way to shit on us, and you're just, like, handing it to them. Like, dude, I was reading this article the other day, and I don't know how accurate it is, but I'm going to run with it because it fits my narrative. Hold on, let me pull it up. 1 second. All right. It's an article about, like, the 10 most dangerous cities in Canada, and Surrey didn't even make the list. Like, we didn't even come close. I think they put this, like, list out every year, and we're never on it. Hold on. Okay, 10 most dangerous cities in Canada. Okay, here it is. This is it. All right, 3 BC cities made the top 10 in a ranking of Canada's most dangerous places to live. The annual ranking published by news magazine Maclean's includes 237 cities in Canada. In the top 10 were Quesnel, Terrace, and Williams Lake. The list was based on a crime severity index, a Statistics Canada field measure of all reported crimes weighted by volume and seriousness. Nearly 60 BC communities were examined by Maclean's, including Vancouver. The province's largest city was ranked 59th in Canada for violent crime, while Surrey came in 85th based on 2018 data. 85th, dude. We came in 85th. The numbers don't lie. Dude, they make it out here like it's a fucking war zone or something. Like it's Chirac in Surrey. Yet, we're ranked as the 85th most dangerous city in the safest country in the world. I mean, come on, dude. If that ain't proof that there's some shady media propaganda bullshit going on against us, then I don't know what to tell you. When it comes to rate of sexual assault, Williams Lake is 3rd in the country and Terrace remains in the top 10. Vancouver drops to 87th and Surrey falls even further to 185th. Dude, we're 185th in sexual assaults in the safest country in the world. I mean, come on, dude. The media like pushes this narrative, you know, that like you should never date a Surrey guy, but the reality is every Surrey guy that's in remotely decent shape has like a fucking lineup of women out the door trying to court him. All right. So suck on that. Whoever wrote this article, thank you. Honestly, this fucking article made my month, man. My nipples were hard after reading this shit. Quesnel is the most dangerous city in BC. Dude, I used to know this fucking chick from Quesnel. She was like a family friend. And she moved to like Surrey from Quesnel like 20 years ago. And the amount of shit she talked about Surrey. It's like, dude, if you don't like it here, why don't you fucking go back to buttfuck Quesnel? I saw her recently at a wedding too. She's like 40 and single. She has like 3 cats. I'm pretty sure she's a lesbian too. I wanted to ask my mom if she was, but I didn't know how to say lesbian in Punjabi. Anyone know how to say lesbian in Punjabi? Hold on, let me Google it. All right, how do you say lesbian in Punjabi? Lesbiana. They just spelled lesbian with Punjabi letters. How do you say lesbian in Urdu or Punjabi? Okay, let me try this link. Punjabi Urdu is a very sweet language, sweeter than Hindi. It's like a very purified version of Hindi. I'm not sure if there is a word for that. What? How could there not be a Punjabi word for lesbian? It's fucking 2019. Let's see, the Punjabi word for gay is bondu, right? But that wouldn't apply to a woman though, right? Because bond in Punjabi means ass. So a bondu is a person who does ass. So like using the bondu principle, that would make a lesbian a chutter, right? Someone who licks. No, technically it would be chutbi, right? Because it has to be feminine. Because the lesbian has to be a woman, right? Because men aren't allowed to be lesbians, are they? Chutter would mean people who lick, but a female who licks would be a chutdi. Wait, how else do lesbians make love? What's the Punjabi word for scissoring each other? Genchi? Hey bro, how's your sister doing? She's good, bro. She just came out as a fucking Genchi. I like chutdi better. It's more universal. It makes more sense. I think we just invented the Punjabi word for lesbian right here on the Surrey Experience podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. Chutdi. You know what? Since we're at it, we should just do the entire like LGBT community. It's not right that it's 2019 and there aren't Punjabi words for every letter in that acronym. Okay, so if lesbian is chutdi and gay is bondu, wait, a Punjabi word for transgender already exists though, right? Isn't it kusra? I'm pretty sure that's how you say transgender in Punjabi. You know how I learned that one? When I was a little kid, I was holding my mom's purse and then my uncle called me a kusra. It's crazy how you pick shit up as a child. Oh, and when I started going to Punjabi school, everyone in my class used to call me a kusra too. Because when I was a baby, for some fucked up reason, my mom would put this like black shit under my eye. Fuck, I can't remember what it's called, but it was common back in the day. I'm sure my mom had like good intentions. She was probably like, thought it would make me look more attractive once I got older, but all that happened was I got called a tranny by everyone in my Punjabi class. Because it looked like I was wearing like eyeliner or something. All right, what else? We got L, G, B. How do you say bisexual? I don't think there is a Punjabi word for bisexual either, right? We should make the Punjabi word for bisexual Lily, in honor of the great Lily Singh. Has anyone been watching her show lately? I haven't been able to watch it in a while. Are people still like shitting on her? I don't know how people can shit on Lily's show, but like no one will shit on Rachel Ray's show. Rachel Ray's show doesn't even make sense. Like the whole entire premise of her show is like how much Rachel Ray loves food and how she's such a foodie. It's like, no, dude, my cousin loves food. The guy weighs like 400 pounds. Fucking Rachel Ray's not even that fat, dude. She's like barely chubby. And that's because she had like 8 kids. How much does Rachel Ray weigh? Like 180, 185 tops? My fat fuck of a cousin should be hosting that show. Don Cherry's got a new show coming out too, right? Or like a new podcast. I wonder if we'll talk about the 3 dips from Surrey that got deported. All right. Anyways, maybe I should get to the questions for the week. A few people messaged me about Spotify. Like my latest podcast wasn't on there. I got to figure that out still. I like sent a few emails, but I appreciate all the people that pointed that out to me. And that's the best way to get a hold of me if you ever need me. Just DM me on Instagram. My email, I usually only open up when I record this fucking thing, which is what I'm doing right now. Hold on 1 second. All right. Okay. Let's get to it. So first question, am I a slut? Hi, Bindi. I love your podcast. With 2019 coming to an end, I want to tell you about my personal life, and I need you to tell me if that makes me a slut. You're the only one who will actually tell me the truth. I slept with 5 guys this year. 2 of them are regular fuck buddies. 2 of them were one night stands. The other one was a guy I met at a wedding. We slept together that night, and then I flew down to... Actually, you know what? I probably shouldn't say the name of the city because I don't want to get anyone in shit. But she flew down to so-and-so city and slept with him a few more times. Then we eventually lost touch. All my friends are married and look down on me because of this. One of them even called me a slut. I'm not in a relationship and I'm not leading any of these guys on. Does this make me a slut? Give it to me straight. I'm a big girl. I can handle it. Yeah, I bet you can. All right. Does that make you a slut? Not necessarily. I mean, did you have a bit of a slutty 2019? Maybe a little. But that doesn't make you a slut till like the end of time, does it? Like, what's the statute of limitations on banging a guy? Like, how long does that stay on your criminal record? What is it, like 5 years? 7 years? I don't know, dude. That's a tough question to answer. Here's the deal, man. It's your personal life. You should do whatever you want. But then you like tell your friends, and you know those bitches are like telling their husbands. And you know their husbands are telling their friends. So now like more people know about shit that they have no business knowing about. And I think that's making you paranoid about being a slut. It's like all the outside influence is likely fucking with your head. Like when you wake up in the morning and you look at yourself in the mirror, like, do you see a slut? You know? Only you can answer that. Maybe next year, don't tell your friends everything. Keep that shit to yourself. Maybe like only bang 4 guys. I don't know. So to give it to you straight, are you a slut? Not really. Do I think you're wifey material? Not at this particular juncture. But I mean, there's a million suckers out there, so I wouldn't even worry about that. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. That's a question only you can answer. Doesn't matter what your friends say or what I say. Only you know in your heart of hearts if you're a slut or not. Maybe you just have like a really strong sex drive. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as when you look in the mirror, you're happy with what you see, that's all that matters. So in 2020, I would keep your personal life personal and then figure it out from there. All right? Like, how do you even define a slut? What if a guy was like about to kill himself and a woman slept with him and now he's alive and well? Does that make the woman a slut or a hero? You know? Fuck yeah, I don't know. I hope you're less confused now than you were before, but that's really hard for me to answer. All right, anyways, I'm going to move on to the next one. Okay, 1 year anniversary. Dear Surrey experience. I've been dating my girlfriend for almost a year. The 1 year anniversary of her first date is coming up, and I want to surprise her by taking her on a trip. I'm thinking about taking her to Vegas. We've both never been, or to a resort in Mexico or something like that. What do you think? By the way, Jazzy B is my uncle. Okay. What the fuck? Yeah, I wouldn't take her to Vegas. I'd definitely do the resort thing in Mexico or somewhere like in the Caribbean. Vegas is a shit show, man. You don't want to take your girl there. I would definitely do like a resort trip, and then a few months down the road, maybe next year, you get a few of your boys together and you hit up Vegas. All right? Do the resort thing, but avoid booking it for like 18 nights. Keep it simple. Just hit up Mexico for like 4 or 5 nights. Nice and quick, in and out. And that's it. All right. That one was easy. Okay, maybe I'll do one more here. All right. Career path. Hey, Bindi, I'm 22 years old and I dropped out of college last year. It just wasn't for me. I'm thinking about getting my real estate license like every other Surrey Jack or my mortgage broker license. Which license do you think I should go for? My goal is to make as much money as possible. That's a great goal. I don't know. A lot of it depends. I would sit down with a few realtors and a few mortgage brokers and like pick their brain, see which one would fit you better. Half of my friends are realtors, so I could set that up for you if you don't know any. And my best friends are mortgage brokers. So yeah, I would ask them and they would know better than I would. I think the market's supposed to pick back up too. So this is perfect timing. And you're only 22, which is the perfect age to start. So I would talk to people that are already like thriving in that industry and then base your decision on that. Okay, what time is it? All right, maybe I should just call it. Before I go, though, I just wanted to send some love to my little brother, Bola Sahota. He just had his second professional MMA fight this last weekend, and We didn't get the result we wanted, but I'm telling you, that kid's going to be a future world champion one day. Mark my words. It's just a minor hiccup on a long road. So I just wanted to give him a shout out. I want to send my well wishes to my other brother, Gary Mangat. He's fighting in a few days here, I think. Hold up. Let me pull it up, actually. Okay, Gary Mangat. All right. Yeah, he's fighting in One Championships, which is like the UFC of the East. He's fighting December 6th in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Dude, my fucking goal is to like fly out there one of these days and watch him fight live. Okay, so it's Reese McLaren, record of 12-7, taking on the Fighting Pride of Surrey, British Columbia, with a record of 15 wins, 2 losses, and no draws. Gerdarshan St. Lion Mangat. That was my little Bruce Buffer impression. But good luck to him. I know he's going to do us proud, as always. What else? Oh, dude, if you guys haven't seen this yet, my boy AK, aka Amazing, put out Hating Uncles 2 a few days ago on his YouTube channel. And man, I haven't laughed like that in ages. They fucking killed it, dude. If you haven't seen Hating Uncle 2, make sure you guys go check it out. It's fucking hysterical. I highly, highly recommend it. Oh, and the annual Sings Doing Thing food and toy drive is coming up this Sunday. I think it's at Bollywood Banquet Hall this year, right in the heart of Surrey. So if you can make it out or donate like a can of soup or something, that would be much appreciated. So much love to all those guys, and not just them, but all my brothers and sisters out there killing it. Keep doing your thing. To all the 7 a.m.ers, you got one diehard fan right here, and I'll ride or die with you.